Khamzat Chimaev spent a large portion of his training camp for UFC 328 at the Jackson Gym, training alongside Arman Tsarukyan, Khalil Roundtree, Brendan Allen, Luke Rockhold, TJ Dillashaw. In a recent interview, TJ says that Khamzat almost died while cutting weight. Speaking to MMAfighting.com, TJ said he was puking up green bile. He should not have made it to the fight. To see how he performed still, he still had the better fighting cardio than Strickland. It makes me realize how tough Khamzat is to do as well as he did, almost dying before getting on that scale. Scary stories. Never heard of anything like this before. People need to understand what he pushed through to fight is impressive. The guy's got half a thyroid. Do your research to understand what that does to your metabolism. TJ also claims that Khamzat wanted to offer Sean Strickland $1 million to stop cutting weight. He continued he wanted to give Strickland $1 million and say, hey, take it. I can't make it. I'm going to die. And you forget this guy's got half a thyroid, right? His metabolism is half of a normal man. And so if you're not treating it the right way, you could kill him. And I really believe he was on the verge of death making that weight cut. Dana White recently shared his thoughts on CTE and MMA. Dana didn't try to sugarcoat the risks involved, saying these are grown adults who choose to compete in MMA for a living.
We all know the effects of football, CTEs and the rest, and you know, I've met a lot of boxers who might have their wits about them when they're active, but years later, you've met them too.
Absolutely.
Floyd Patterson, Muhammad Ali, many other fighters that I've met and tried to interview, they've really lost it, and it's very clear that this is the result of, you know, just repetitive blows to the head.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Are
you saying that UFC is free of that?
No. Anytime you're taking shots to the head, it is very bad for you.
So how do you justify it?
You don't. You know, you have grown adults who choose to do this for a living, and this is what they want to do. They make this. It's not like that thing that went on in the NFL where they thought helmets were protecting their brains.
Right.
You know.
They became a weapon.
That goes into this knows that getting punched in the head is bad for you.
Yesterday, we interviewed Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Wonderboy thinks Khamzat Chimaev may not have been as prepared for Sean Strickland as he was for Dricus du Plessis because he didn't have the same training camp in southern Russia. Wonderboy thinks Khamzat would beat Sean in a rematch. Go check out the full interview with Wonderboy on our second channel. Links in the description.
Makes this game so crazy because you just never know. And it all goes into the preparation before the fight. And I don't know what each other did, you know, to prepare for it. But I remember when Khamzat Chimaev was preparing for du Plessis, I think he did a lot of training in Dagestan or whatever to prepare for that fight. And I don't think he did a whole lot for this one, which surprised me, you know, to take somebody like Strickland lightly, which I don't think it was what he did, but I figured he would do a whole lot more damage than what we thought. But hats off to Strickland, man. It was a great fight.
If that fight was booked for a rematch for, let's say, sometime in the fall, who would you predict to win in the second fight?
Oh, man, I think Chimaev, for sure. I think Chimaev. I think he's going to take, you know, not saying he didn't take the last one seriously, but it's like a swing or a miss sometimes when you watch Chimaev fight. It's like he goes through, you know, he looks immortal a lot when he faces off against some guys, but then there's that one guy that just makes him look mortal. You know, he was defeating everybody in the welterweight division, and then of course he beat Burns, but Burns just made him look mortal. He was taking shots, he got fatigued, he got tired. Same thing in, you know, against Kamaru Usman. You know, Kamaru Usman went the distance with him as well after watching Chimaev just crush a slew of guys. And you kind of see that he beats a bunch of guys, and then there's that one guy that just makes him look mortal. And then he goes to another guys where he just defeats them, just hands down, demolishes them. And then he go against a guy like Usman who makes him look mortal again. So, you know, it's almost like a swing or miss. Do I think that was the best Chimaev we've seen? No, I don't think so. And I think it showed. I mean, he looked a little fatigued, looked tired. He wasn't as aggressive as you normally see him. I don't know if he was just trying to hold out because he knew the fight was a 5-rounder, and he usually finishes guys early. So, I don't know.
Wonderboy also gave his take on the potential fight between Islam Makhachev and Ian Garry. Wonderboy actually thinks Ian is the hardest fight for Islam in the welterweight division.
Who would you give the best chance to beat Islam Makhachev out of those, say, top 3 guys?
Man, I would, out of those three, I think Ian Garry would give him a hard time. I think Ian Garry, he's not afraid to use his wrestling. You actually see more of his wrestling than you do out of the other strikers that you had mentioned. He's very crafty. He puts his hands and feet together very well. But he's not afraid to go out there and wrestle. But I do believe that he's long enough, he's lanky enough to be able to give him a very hard time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. With JDM, he's a very stationary guy. I feel like for somebody like, Islam, it was a little bit easier to get to his legs because he doesn't have a whole lot of good movement. He's a boxer. He's heavy on his feet when he's in the pocket. So it's very easy to get to those legs, change your level and go. But with Ian, he's got great movement. Very hard to nail down in one spot. Very hard to hem up against the fence because his movement is so well. So I think you would give him a hard time.
Sean O'Malley says he's more motivated than ever despite the fact that he's already rich and successful. O'Malley is set to face Ayman Zahabi on the White House card.
They say it's hard to train when you're rich and successful. I find it easier to train in the comfort of these clothes, waking up in silk sheets. They say it's hard to be motivated when you already have everything. Frick that. I'm more motivated than I've ever been. I'm fighting for you, dude.
Deiveson Figueiredo faces off with Song Yadong ahead of their fight this weekend. Petr Yan replied to the video. He wrote, "My kids, let's go." Justin Gaethje interrupts a podcast to deliver a meal to Kamaru Usman.
And they're all so different.
They're all so different, but
like I'll never forget the time when Archie was working out at 7 in the morning. And ooh, damn! Look at this.
Speaking of Justin,
Justin is bringing a meal, dude.
Bring my food.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Bring me salt.
Damn, he like Volkanovski. He's got his own cooking show.
Brendan Allen is set to face Edmen Shahbazyan at UFC Fight Night on June 6th. In an interview with Homa Fight, Allen admits that he started the social media beef with Edmen. Allen also criticized the UFC rankings, arguing that he should be considered the true number 4 ranked middleweight following his win over Reiner de Ridder. At the moment, both Allen and Caio Bahaio are listed as number 4 in the division.
But I think I did start it, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I was asked about it before when he cracked the top 15 or top 10, and I didn't think he was good enough to be there. And I thought he just got lucky, and yeah, so that probably started it, to be honest. But
well, you start it, you just got to finish it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just my opinion, though. But I probably went about it differently then. I was young and into the social media, talking this and that, and yeah, that's not really my vibe anymore. I mean, the rankings is bull anyway, but I'm the true number 4. When I beat de Ridder, he was number 4. He was like supposed to be talked about for a title, all these things, and I made him quit. So I'm number 4, and I earned it. I beat top 10, top 5, top 15. I beat all these guys. So, but yeah, I don't think he does. But for me, I don't know, man. I think the division's in such a weird place.
Yeah.
A very, very weird place. And I think we're all trying to see what the bosses are going to do with the title. Is Sean going to fight Khamzat again, or is he going to fight Nasruddin?
George St-Pierre teaches Demetrious Johnson how he throws a Superman punch. The technique became one of GSP's most recognizable weapons throughout his UFC career.
Boom! Yeah. Boom, and then boom. Let's talk about that Superman jab. That was kind of like, Michael Jordan doing a 360 dunk. Where did this, you're here, and you go boom, boom.
So the Superman, I've known that for a long time, but I met Phil Nurse early on in my career, and he perfected my Superman punch. He showed me different ways to throw it. I can throw it with my rear. Yeah. And if I throw it with my rear and I miss, most of the time it's because people back up. Yeah. You back up, I switch to a lead.
Yeah.
If I can throw it with my jab, my lead, and you back up, very often it gives me a good opportunity to attack the leg. And you always want to do high, low, high, and play like this. Yeah. Well, let's say you throw the regular one and I back up. Yeah. Boom, you won. Yeah, exactly. Because naturally, that's what's gonna work. And if you go with the lead, perfect. Because my hands are up, and then Gotcha. So when I throw a Superman punch, depending of the style of my opponent, I know I try to hit him where he will be, not where he is.
Gotcha.
So I know, like, you're gonna back up. Yeah. I know I'm not gonna hit with a punch. So I'm gonna go here and cut your leg. If I know you're a hunter, you're coming forward down, boom, and I can use Superman punch too to switch stance, you know. And there's so many ways, you know.
A 27-year-old MMA fighter from India named Rishikesh Kaloth was killed in a bear attack while working at a remote uranium exploration site in northern Saskatchewan, Canada. According to CBC News, he had trained in MMA for over a decade, first in India and then in Canada after moving there 3 years ago. He had an amateur MMA record of 1-3. The attack happened on Friday, May 8th, and afterwards a civilian shot and killed the bear. The company Uranium X Discovery confirmed one of its contractors was killed and extended its thoughts and prayers to the family. Rishikesh's brother sat down for an interview with CBC and said that was his dream. That's why he came here. He wanted to fight in the UFC. Everybody had high hopes on him. It shouldn't have been like this. He's not scared of anything. 2 days notice before a fight doesn't matter. Opponent heavier than him doesn't matter. Win or lose, he just wanted to fight. I wanted him to be known for what he does, how he was. I can't do anything anymore, so at least I could do this for him. I want him to be remembered for what he does. Innocent heart, fighter's soul, warrior. And I'd just like to say that he fought the bear. That's all. Bear didn't attack him, he attacked the bear. Ilia Topuria no longer thinks Islam Makhachev is ducking him. Instead, Topuria now thinks the matchup isn't happening because the UFC simply doesn't want to make the fight.
It's crazy. I see him on Twitter just a couple days ago saying he's ready to fight Ian Garry now.
Yeah.
And he's talking about signing a contract there, and I'm just sitting here like, why? You know, I feel like we could have made this happen.
I don't think that it's because of him that the fight is not happening. I truly believe that is that the UFC doesn't want to make it happen. I think so.
Ilia also had words for Arman Tsarukyan. He says he will embarrass Arman if they ever end up fighting.
But yeah, there are a couple of fights like
who's on the list?
The fight with Arman it's gonna be a good fight. Like,
that guy, he's funny on the internet, man.
Yeah, the thing is that they used to take a lot of confidence because they fight with fighters that. His last fight in the
Who was
UFC,
his biggest test so far? Who do you fight?
His last fight was against Dan Hooker.
Yeah.
He has, I don't know, 20 losses in his professional career.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you never ever, like, forget about it. Never ever in your entire life you faced someone like me. It's like, I'm gonna embarrass you in front of everyone because with him, he thinks that he's tough. He thinks that like he's wrestling is I don't know what. Like he feels that he's an Olympic champion. Anyways, if he's the best in the world in wrestling, when it comes to the octagon, bro, I'm the king. In there, I'm the king. I do with you whatever I want to do. And I told him like I'm gonna break his job in the first round. He's gonna try to take me down since the beginning of the fight, and when he's gonna realize that, bro, it's not that easy. It's not that easy to take these legs and take me down, especially to control me on the ground. You crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's gonna start panic. He's gonna be panicked, and I'm gonna break his jaw. Bam! In front of all his crowd, all his people, all his family. Who gives a
And that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one is just an Ian Garry skip button. The second one's from Sammy Spider. It says, I can't believe we live in a world where people still don't think bots are online talking crap and getting everyone against each other. And the final one's from Shh9038. It says, Ian could cure cancer and I'd still hate the motherfucker. If you want to be featured in our next video, all you have to do is drop a comment down below. And as always, thanks for watching.